America Then and Now, a daily look at our unique heritage. In a moment, the first Oscar for an...
It all began back in December. Every team with a positive outlook going forward.
3 seconds. 2, 1. It's good! A buzzer beater.
Through the course of the season, ups and downs.
Knocked down and wins it in overtime. And that will be it. My goodness. Heartbreak.
And now.
Great fight, but they come up just short.
We're in playoff time.
What a ball game. What a classic.
And every team's trying to
earn a trip to the state tournament.
The state tournament. The excitement.
Night here. They win. My goodness, what a finish.
WCMP Sports presents high school basketball.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside East Central High School for tonight's Section 5A East matchup here in the second round of the Section 5A East playoffs, where the East Central Eagles getting set to host the St. John's Prep Johnnies. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's game between the Eagles and the Johnnies, and this should be a good one here. The Eagles have a lot going for them here in this one, including winning 11 straight to end the regular season, so they're on that hot run and look to keep it going. For many, many more. They would need 1, 2, 3, 4 more just to get to state, so hoping to make it 15, and then 3 more once you get to state? 3 more, I think it is. So, 18 total? Man, we're all hoping that they can do it, of course. But for tonight, they have to battle against St. John's Prep, who finished the year at 7-15, 6-9 in section play. They scored 51 points per game and gave up 66 points per game. Not the worst defense by any stretch, but they were towards the bottom in 5A East. Looking at the section as a whole, again, Section 5A is split up into East and West. The East is home to all of our local, well, not all of them, but most of our local teams. East Central, Bram, Ogilvie, and Mille Lacs are there. The West consists of some teams that you might know their names. Nevis, that's a pretty big one. Bertha Hewitt, Walker Hackensack, Akeley, another one. Sebeka, Verndale. Those are just some of the big names that come out of the west part of 5A. But the East Central Eagles play out of 5A East, and they finished the season at 19-6. 67 points per game, only gave up 49 points per game, and that was easily the best in the section for both sides, whether it was the East or the West. They were the best in the section in defense at 49 points per game given up on average. Again, one of the best defenses, honestly, of the season that we've seen for our local teams, whether it be girls or boys sports. This, I think, may be the best defense we have seen all year. We've had some really good defenses on the girls' side, but this defense for East Central might not only be one of the best we've seen all year, it just might be one of the better in the state in all of boys basketball. Looking at it, Henning, out of Section 6A North, has 48.2 points per game given up, while East Central has 48.8. So, but there are some other teams with some lower numbers, some who are not even ranked, who didn't even make it to the playoffs, unfortunately, who had 47 points per game given up. There is a 45 in Minnesota Transitions Charter. Continuing to look here. Other than that, East Central. So I'd say what does that be? Top five defense this year? Maybe I might be even lowballing. It might be even more or less a top 3 defense. But either way, a very good defense, one of the better in the state, and they look to hold on to that here tonight and get the victory. Move on to the section quarterfinals, which would be on Saturday at Hinckley Finlayson High School. And if they win here tonight, we'll certainly be back for that game on Saturday at Hinckley Finlayson. If they win here tonight, they would play the winner of Ogilvie and Pact Charter, and we could have basically honestly, ladies and gentlemen, have an all local team Saturday, because East Central plays against St. John's Prep. Ogilvie will play at Pact Charter. Bram will host Swanville, and Mille Lacs is at Uppsala here this evening. So, I mean, if everything goes right, we could see an all-local team Saturday there at Hinckley Finlayson High School. I don't know how likely that is, but it could happen. I mean, Mille Lacs just got a big victory in their first round over North Lakes Academy. So why not get it over the number 2 seed? I think Ogilvie does have a little bit of an edge over Packed Charter just because I think Ogilvie is a lot better than what they've shown. And they're 12 and 14, Packed Charter 10 and 16 on the year. And Ogilvie, I know Bram beat Packed Charter on the season. Ogilvie did not play Packed Charter on the season, so it'll be very interesting to see that matchup. Of course, we're in the pregame here of this one. We're going to get a word from our fine sponsors, and then we're going to take a listen to an interview that I had with the Eagles head coach Darren Fote that I had here today. Hear what he had to say about this game and the team's season up to this point as well. So we're going to take a commercial break, then we'll come back and we'll get right into that interview with Darren Fote, and then we'll come back, hear some more words from our fine sponsors, and then get back to more pregame. But first, as I mentioned before, word from our fine sponsors as you're listening to Playoff Boys Basketball here on WCMP.
Hey girl, good to see you. You look great. What are you doing?
Oh, thanks. Been watching what I eat, like eating fresh.
Sounds awesome, but how do you do that living around here?
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone.
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone?
Yep, Chris's Food Center has top quality produce and meats, which helps me to buy fresh ingredients for me and my family.
Find Chris's Food Center online to view their weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Eat better, buy more, and spend less at Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Open 7 days a week.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me.
I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class.
Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
We are now joined by the East Central Boys basketball head coach, Darren Fote. First of all, Coach Fote, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And now we're heading into playoffs here this evening. It'll be your guys' first game of the playoffs. But looking at the regular season, very good year, and you won. You haven't lost since the beginning of January. What is that? What is when you're looking at your team? What does that say about your team, their ability to continue to win, but not only that, continue to win at the pace that they have and play their type of basketball?
I think it speaks to having really good senior leadership. First of all, they showed resilience when they were faced against some tougher teams. And as you know, I mean, they're high school boys. I mean, it's been a long time since we lost. And, of course, guys have had the flu, guys have been sick, little injuries here and there. It's a long season, and you really have to be resilient. And you have to be able to count on each other, and I think that's what they've really been able to do this year, and in quite frankly, in a dominating fashion. Like you say, we won 11 games in a row. We hope to, go on another little run here now. We haven't had a game in 10 days, so we'll see what happens tonight. But we've had really good practices. Our second team is very tough. They're getting better every day, which is good. I mean, our future is bright beyond this year, but obviously we're only focusing on the here and now. But it's hard to have a really good practice if you only have 5 guys that are playing at a high level. But we have a lot more than that playing at a high level, and that's where we're really growing as a team.
You mentioned how it's been 10 days since you've had your last game. For you as a coach, is that something where you kind of take a look at it as a good thing as you get some rest, or is it something that you're hoping to get a quick start from your guys tonight, kind of to shake off that rust, so to speak?
Man, I don't know what it is. Sometimes they say it's a good thing and we're healthy and everybody's feeling good, and other times, like you say, maybe there's some rust. Ask me about 8 o'clock tonight, and I'll have an answer for you on that one. I'm hoping that we come out and do what we're supposed to do. We know that it starts on the defensive end for us, and we know what it takes for us to get rolling. And basically, for us to roll the way that we've been, it's play such good defense that it doesn't matter so much what we do on the offensive end because we're just going to squash them on defense. And if we play defense, defense is effort and talking to each other out there and communication on the court. And our guys have been doing great at that all year. So if they came out and say got a little cold start offensively, hopefully our defense will pick us up, I guess. And that's what we're relying on.
And looking, you mentioned this senior group. One of them was able to get his one.
And what he wants from you and how to do it. And all of a sudden it just clicked for him. And he's doing an amazing job out there for us. And he's being a leader. I mean, he knows, like you say, I mean, they've been with me at least from ninth grade, and it just, he never thought he'd be playing that much, but it worked out in his favor, and kind of like, you notice little things that guys do. Sometimes I think guys don't think you're noticing them, but you notice, hey, this guy's doing what I want him to do here and here and here, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's starting. So he is definitely one of the really bright spots on our team right now. You take another guy, Warren Carlson, coming in the year. I remember our preseason interview here on WCMP. I told you we needed to have some guard play, and Matt, he has provided it. On defense, like I tell him, he's the tip of the spear. He's full court 100% of the time. He's got to be up there providing pressure on the ball, and offensively, he gets us in our sets. So he's just done an amazing job. We didn't know what exactly we would get out of him because last year we relied so heavily on Zielinski. He was a great player. He needed the ball in his hands a lot to be a great player. And so some of these other guys, I think we kind of stunted their growth a little bit and didn't put pressure on them enough like maybe I should have, and they've just responded this year. And it's great to see the men that they're growing into. I mean, it's awesome. It's very rewarding as a coach, and it's been a lot of fun for them. It's about the journey. If you don't like putting in the work and you don't enjoy the journey on this, well, then basketball ain't the thing for you because it's a long season and it's year round basically.
We talked about, again, earlier in the season about the roles and how the guys are going to have to step into those roles, and it sounds like they've done that. But talking about the younger guys, what has it been like to watch them grow from the beginning of the season to now into their roles as well?
Well, we knew coming in the season that sophomore Ben Carlin Ben's a stud. I mean, bottom line, he's a really, really good basketball player. He understands it. He wants to be great. And he's working toward that goal. He's averaging, he averaged a double-double for us this year. He can score from anywhere. He likes shooting the three. He's got a 15-foot turnaround fadeaway that, man, I think he makes about 65% of the time. It's an awesome shot for him. Defensively, he's long. He's 6'6". He's getting to be more athletic every day. If he continues putting in the work, and he's going to get in that weight room this off season and bulk up his frame a little bit, and that he is going to be, one of the best players to ever come out of East Central. Quite frankly, he just does everything for us. He can bring the ball up. We need him to. He shoot threes, post up inside, everything. And that's, as a sophomore, that's a lot to put on him. But we have an incredible sophomore class. Xavier Letexier. He is just, we call him the rainmaker because he's making it rain all the time. And he is just hammering those threes. He's had multiple games where he's had 7 or 8 threes that he's made. He's going to be pushing to make 100 threes on the year. And, I talked to Coach Allen quite a bit, and Coach Allen said, and that Pine City shoots threes. I mean, that's what they do. We all know that. He said the most makes he ever had a kid have was 99. So that's to put things in perspective at how hot Xavier's been. And that's with he had a bad hand on his shooting hand. He had got hit and the ligament got all messed up, and that's with that. And he had blew his ankle out in Hinckley, came back from that. So he's missed some time, and he's still putting up great numbers like that. Then we have other guys like Thomas Cam. He's been coming off the bench. He does a lot of everything for us. He can shoot the three, he defends, he rebounds. And then we had Braden Olson, another sophomore. He was hurt to start the year, had a broken hand. He come back, and, I mean, he's probably our most hard-nosed defensive full court, just get in your face and be there all doggone day. You know, he's that guy for us. And we got some other guys, Levi Cosbab, he's able to handle the ball, he can shoot from outside, you know, and then going forward next year, we got some juniors this year that Ramsey Karanen, he's been big for us in different spots this year. He'll be a real big playmaker for us next year. And we have some other guys coming off the bench. So the future's bright, but like I say, we got to worry about right now. And right now, I think our big three are Ben and Xavier and Jacob this season, and it's good to have a big three. So if one of them isn't hitting, then the other two pick it up. We dominate the boards typically with Jake and Ben in there, and yeah, it's been an awesome season. And you know, we talk conference play and win the conference championship, being undefeated in conference. Man, that's fun. I was going over some numbers, and we gave up. Our defense held our conference opponents to 38 points on average, and our average margin of victory in the conference was 31 points. No one was under double digits. Hinckley at 11 points at our place, which for some reason they sure play good at our place. I'm glad that we only have to play them once there every year, and they came closest to us. They were at 11. During this 11-game winning streak, I think 7 of those games, of those 11 wins, have been running time, where we've been up by 35 with 9 minutes to go. So, you know, it's been such a great, fun year. And now, regardless win or lose, the end is in sight in the next couple of weeks, you know. I mean, even if you win the whole thing, the end is in sight in a couple of weeks. So we're just, I don't know, it's not pressure, it's not sadness necessarily, it's just like, wow, I can't believe that we're finally at this point, you know.
It's certainly gone by quick, which is it just doesn't seem real that it's close to the end yet. But yeah, continuing on, of course, playoff game tonight, you get to host St. John's Prep. You didn't get to see them this year, but they are another section opponent, of course. What is the message to the team? Obviously, it is a playoff game. You get it at home. But what is the message to the team here tonight, trying to get them to come out and get this victory?
Well, we control us. They could come out and get hot and hit some shots, that's fine, but we control us. And what I mean by that is don't turn the ball over and play stifling defense, and we'll be okay. We'll be in every game. I don't care against who it is. And as long as we control what we do and don't whine about referee calls and don't worry if they happen to get hot, we just control us. And our guys are mature enough. They know that. We're gonna treat it. We're not going to treat it like it's a bigger game than it is. We know what our goal is. We set goals at the beginning of the year. We made our first goal. Now we go after our second goal, which would be a subsection championship. Well, St. John's Prep is right now right directly in front of us, and they're standing our way, and so we plan on coming out and playing D as hard as we can, and hopefully we get a victorious outcome tonight, and then we'll move on from there.
Coach, that is all that I have for you here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I'd just like to give a big shout-out to our fans, to our cheerleaders, to our band, to everybody at East Central. We've had such a fun year. The fans are great. We love everybody coming out. We love everybody that's listening and watching on WCMP. And let's just keep this thing rolling and have a couple more weeks of fun with it.
Coach, again, thank you so much for joining me. It's greatly appreciated, and wish you the best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
Hinckley Towing.
Hi, I'm on the side of the highway with a flat. Can you help me?
On the way.
Hinckley Towing?
Yep. How can we help?
We just had an accident and don't know where to bring the vehicle.
No sweat. We'll come out now and bring you back to our collision center.
Hinckley Towing. Experienced drivers, state-of-the-art trucks, and 24/7 service. For Hinckley Towing, call 320-385-4049 anytime. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049 anytime.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM. Thanks again to head coach Darren Focht for allowing me to do that interview with him and getting some info for tonight's game. And yeah, it's been a pretty impressive year for East Central, and again, the future is bright for next year, but main focus is to right now, where they host the St. John's Johnnies, and again, Johnny's coming in with a 7-15 record, only scoring 51 points per game, giving up 66 points per game. They're 6-9 in section play. For East Central, they come into this one 19-6 on the season, a perfect 7-0 in section play, 67 points per game, and they give up about 49 points per game, 48.8 to be exact. For East Central on the year, their 6 losses came 2 at the beginning of the year at the Red Wing tournament, December 1st and 2nd. That was probably one of the earliest games of the season for basketball. I think that might have been the earliest game of the season because it was literally the first 2 days of December. So I think East Central had the earliest start to the season out of all our local teams for basketball. And I remember when we were finishing up the fall sports season, our fall sports season went pretty late due to Rush City Volleyball and North Branch Football making it to state. But I remember thinking to myself, my goodness, are they really already starting their season? And yeah, they were, but at that Red Wing tournament, they lost to Red Wing and Blake. Now, Red Wing and Blake are both bigger schools. Then they would lose to Carleton, Renshaw, and Barnum. And then, so that's their first 4 losses. Then they would lose in a holiday tournament up in Esco to Duluth Marshall before their last loss came against Moose Lake Willow River. And I was able to call that game against the Rebels here for East Central. And that was definitely a game in which the Eagles felt like they definitely should have and could have won. It was a game that was well within reach for them, but just a few turnovers, a few mistakes here and there really led to Moose Lake Willow River, I don't want to say so much pulling away, but just kind of taking the lead and holding on to it just long enough to end the game. And it was really more or less of East Central kind of just running out of time in that game. They ran out of time, and if there was a little bit more time, East Central definitely would have come back and won that game. But after that loss to Moose Lake Willow River, it was their final loss of the season, regular season anyways, before they went on to win 11 straight over Mille Lacs, Pine City, Ogilvie, Mille Lacs again, Bram, Hinckley, Finlayson, McGregor, Rush City, Hinckley, Finlayson again, Ogilvie again, and then Northland back on February 26th. So again, they won 11 in a row, hoping to make it 12, then 13, then 14, then 15, then 16, 17, and 18. So they're hoping to make it many, many more in a row, but it starts tonight as head coach Darren Focht reiterated there. It's not about tomorrow, it's not about next year, it's about right now, and what's in front of them right now is St. John's Prep. So that's what we'll be waiting for here, is tip-off coming your way shortly, as it looks like our pregame warm-ups have concluded, and that means we will get to our national anthem, and then after our national anthem, our starting lineups will be announced, and when that happens, we'll be back and set for tip-off here in this Section 5A East playoff game between the East Central Eagles and the St. John's Prep Johnnies. You're listening to Playoff Basketball on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
K&K Concrete is a proud supporter of the Pine City basketball team. K&K Concrete is locally owned and operated and has 20 years of experience working in the Pine City area. K&K Concrete specializes in foundations, driveways, decorative concrete, and more. They give expert services for both residential and commercial jobs. To schedule your project or for more information, contact them today at 320-629-6341. K&K Concrete would like to say good luck and go Dragons.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Well, our national anthem has been sung, that's how you say it, as we are just about set for tip-off here in this one between the East Central Eagles and the St. John's Johnnies. Taking a look at your starting lineups for tonight. For the Johnnies, it's going to be number 0, Mason Grove, then number 1, Chris Liu, number 5, Aaron Rusick. Number 21, Charlie Wang. And 44, Raj Johnson, And on the other side for your East Central Eagles, it's going to be number 1, Warren Carlson. Number 4, Xavier Letexier. 11, Dylan Lundberg. 24, Jacob Dixon. And 32, Ben Carlin. So for the Johnnies, they'll be wearing their white away uniforms with the silver and or gray letters and numbers outlined in their red. We've got the red stripe down the side of the jersey and short, the red collar. For the East Central Eagles, it's their blue home uniforms with the gray numbers outlined in white, the white letters outlined in gray, the white stripe down the side of the jersey and short. And again, Jacob Dixon hit his 1,000th career point this season. As you heard in the interview with head coach Darren Fote, he didn't even know. He didn't even know that he was close, which I think is kind of cool that he had to surprise the player and he's not aware of how close he is. And the way Coach Fote talked about Dixon, just kind of said Dixon didn't really worry about it, basically. And I think he was glad to get it, but at the same time, I think he knows that, hey, it's not about that. Even if I didn't get it, it's about the wins that this team accumulates. And yeah, I'm certainly glad he got it. I think that's really cool when athletes are able to get that career milestone. But again, he seems like a young man who that is not his main focus, that he is worried about helping the team win. Wow. Except for tip-off, it's a quick one, and the Eagles win it. It's Carlson with it, who gives it to Letexier, back to Carlson, back to Letexier. And a three-point specialist. He'll give it across the court to Lundberg, now to Carlson, now back to Letexier. Letexier thought about three, into the far side corner to Lundberg, back to Carlson, back to Lundberg. Lundberg, he's going to put up a three, and that's good! So Lundberg gets things started with a three. And the Johnnies now have it. Chris Liu driving inside. Pass back outside is over the head of Mason Grove. And that'll be the first turnover here for the Johnnies. That's their first turnover of the game. In fact, first for both sides. As now Carlson brings it back up the court. Lundberg has it back to Carlson. And now Carlson looks for three. That's going to be off the mark. And rebounded here by the Johnnies. And Mason Grove has it. Not sure if he got the rebound, but he was the one that I seen had the ball closest to that rebound. And then a steal here for Warren Carlson. It was tipped out by Jacob Dixon, but Carlson going to get the credit for the steal. Lundberg going to go inside to Dixon. Dixon back outside Lundberg. Now to Carlin for 3, and that's good. Ben Carlin, kind of like a Karl Anthony Towns player where it doesn't matter where it is, inside, outside, mid-range, he does it all. Plus he gets the rebounds and he plays defense real well, so kind of an all-around player there, and again, only a sophomore, so he's got many years ahead of him. Chris Liu inside, gives it back outside to Mason Grove. He drives inside, picks up, gives it to Wang on the far side. Now top of the key to Grove. Grove drives inside, underneath to Liu. Liu's shot is up, no good. Taken there by Jacob Dixon. He'll hand it off to Carlson, and Carlson looks, drifts to the far side, gives it to Carlin. Now back on the near side, Letexier, left-handed 3 is good. Let him rain down as the Eagles 3 for 3 from 3 to begin the game. 9-0 is their lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. A short 2 there is going to be no good. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Jacob Dixon as he noticed that Aaron Rusink was there to get the rebound. He was waiting for that one to kind of roll out of bounds, but didn't realize that Aaron Rusink was there. And on the inbound, Dixon nearly gets a steal, but Charlie Wang holds on to it. Wang getting through the defenders, passes off to Rusink. A long 2 is no good, and this one poked around, going to be rebounded there by Lundberg. He'll give it to Letexier. Letexier now on the far side in the front court. Looks, gives it to Carlson, back to Letexier. Over to Lundberg. He'll go inside Carlin. Carlin, the mid-range jumper, no good, and rebounded there by Rusink. 9-0 is the Eagle lead. Grove with it, gives it to Liu. Liu at the Eagle logo. Looks, he gives it off on the near side to Rusink. Rusink finds one way through, and then he runs into Dixon, and that shot is no good. Carlson there for the rebound. Not easy to get around Dixon, especially when you run into him like that. He's a wall. And now another 3 here for the Eagles. Dylan Lundberg make it 4 for 4 to start the game, and we're going to get a timeout here by the Johnnies. No surprise on that timeout call, as the Johnnies need to figure out something, but the Eagles off to a hot start here in this one. It'll be a timeout by St. John's Prep. There first, they'll be left with 4, as it's 12-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard at 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Also, whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, get into Here's the Pitch in North Branch. State-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast-pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. Of course, winter, we didn't really have a winter. And since you're probably ready to get out into the garden, Beaver Meadow Garden Center open today. Beaver Meadow Garden Center opening. Well, they already opened today. 12-0 is the lead for East Central already. 4 threes to start the game. It started with Lundberg, and the last one was by Lundberg again. Letexier and Carlin have added a couple threes as well. Chris Liu brings it up the court for the Johnnies. Looking from the free throw line, he gives off to Rusink. Rusink for 3. That's going to be off the front of the rim. No good. Jacob Dixon there for the rebound. And again, Darren Fote, head coach of the Eagles, he talked about how he doesn't want to put a number on the bigs, but he kind of likes them to get that double-double each and every game, and he kind of feels like that is a big key to their success. The pass inside for Dixon is going to be stolen away, but it won't count as a turnover because Dixon was fouled. He was shoved to the ground by Raj Johnson. That'll be his first, team's first, and the Eagles will get set to inbound. They do to Carlin. Carlin looking, turnaround jumper is good. To make it 14-0, so their first bucket that's not a 3 comes from Ben Carlin, but it's still 14-0 East Central. Liu with it for the Johnnies. Fakes the pass, now goes inside to Rusink. Rusink guarded by Carlin. Tries to just throw up a shot at the basket, and he gets this one to fall through to make it 14-2. Back the other way come the Eagles. Inside, Letexier trying to get that one over the defender, unable to get it to fall, and Rusink with the rebound and nearly stolen away, but Mason Grove going to hold on to it for the Johnnies. He turns on the wheels, and that pass inside was nearly stolen away by Lundberg, and the rebound up for grabs. And a jump ball call. Letexier and Johnson there battling for it on the floor. They're going to get a jump ball call here, and it will stay with the Johnnies, as that is the way the possession arrow faces. Johnnies going right to left on your radio dial. Eagles left to right. Lou with a short jumper, no good, and Ben Carlin gets his first rebound on the night. Letexier goes all the way across the court to Lundberg, now back over to Carlson. Top of the key to Carlin, and now Letexier. Trying to go inside to Dixon, but it was a kick ball call on the Johnnies, so it stays with the Eagles. 14-2 is the score. Eagles lead. Lundberg delivers the inbound pass inside to Dixon, and then Lundberg thrashing through underneath the basket, gets it to fall for two to make it 16-2. Eagles all over the Johnnies early in this one. Driving inside, Mason Grove, spin move, stolen away by Letexier. The third turnover here by St. John's Prep. Letexier gives it near side to Lundberg, going inside to Dixon. Dixon looking, got a little bit of a lane to drive through and takes it to the basket, drops it in for two, and it's 18-2 now. Chris Liu with it up the court for St. John's Prep. Stands at the Eagle logo, he looks, gives it near side, Rusink. Shot is up, blocked by Jacob Dixon. It's taken away by the Eagles. Their fifth takeaway. Letexier hands it to Carlin, now to Lundberg. Lundberg on the far side to Carlin, top of the key. Carlin thought about the long three and then drives inside and goes for the layup, but he was fouled. He'll go line to shoot two. It is the second team foul now on St. John's Prep. And I believe they said that was Aaron Rusink with his first, team's second. Carlin at the line for two. The first one, rattles out. Two substitutions in for the Johnnies. It's 13 and 24. We'll get those numbers for you. 13, that'll be Tom Wang. And Oliver Aronson, I believe. Carlin makes the second, so he goes 1 of 2 from the line. And the Johnnies take it back the other way. A little bit of change of pace there with Mr. Aronson, Oliver Aronson. A three here is off the mark, and Ben Carlin grabs the rebound for the Eagles. Quickly up the court. Checking in for the Eagles for the first time here tonight is number 12, Braden Olson. And a made shot there by Ben Carlin for two. Make it 21-0. A three here by the Johnnies is no good. Rebounded by Jacob Dixon. Texier with it on the far side. And it's going to be stolen away by Rusink, and he'll take it all the way and drop it in for two. The first turnover by the Eagles here this evening makes it 21-4. Quickly back up the other way, though. Lundberg with it. Top of the key to Carlin. Carlin thought about three. Pulls it down. Gives it over near side to Braden Olson. Olson, they're going to get him for a travel. He disagrees with it. It was close. It was very close. They got him for the travel. And now checking in for the Johnnies is number 21. That is Charlie Wang. So that will be the second turnover by the Eagles. And this ball knocked out of bounds by a member of East Central. Also into the game for the first time here tonight for the Eagles is number 33. And that's Thomas Cam. Inbound here by the Johnnies to Aronson. That ball up for grabs, and diving after it, there is Olson. And because of the dive, it led to a Johnny falling over him, and that'll be the Eagles' first foul. And, of course, it'll be on Olson. Tom Wang inbounds to Chris Liu. Liu on the far side elbow. Trying to get around Carlin. It's poked out, stolen away by Letexier. Letexier gives it underneath to Braden Olson. It's no good on the shot. And a rebound here by Mason Grove, and I think we're going to get the second team foul on East Central now. And that first one is going to be for Letexier, the team's second. Inbound here for the Johnnies goes to Mason Grove. He'll take it all the way, then hand it back to Charlie Wang. Charlie Wang, as he drove to the basket, stepped on the baseline and certainly was bothered by the presence of Dixon underneath the basket. As he looked up, he saw Dixon there, and anytime you see that big man there, you start to second guess if you actually want to drive to the basket, and that is what he offers for this team. Pass here from Olsen to Dixon, now over to the Letexier, over the defender's hand. It's off the mark, but Carlin going to come down with the rebound. The turnaround jumper is good. He drops it back in for two to make it 23-4. And now bring it up the other way. Mason Grove, he lost it. It will go out of bounds. It'll be another turnover by the Johnnies. Back into the game, Warren Carlson for East Central. Letexier will get his first rest of the evening. 9:45 to go here in half number one. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. They also have 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Shot up by Dixon, no good. No one could grab hold of it, and the Johnnies knock it out of bounds, so it will stay with the Eagles. 23-4, 9:32 to go. Cam will look to inbound, and looks like we got a foul here on the Johnnies. The first one for, second for Raj Johnson. Our third team foul. Inbound by Cam into Dixon. Dixon driving and kisses that one off the glass. And in for two, 25-4. Mason Grove up on the far side. Gives it to Aronson. Now over to number 10. It's his first time checking into the game. Grove has it back. Grove shot is up over Dixon. No good. Rebound here by Thomas Cam. His first rebound on the evening. Over to Carlin. Now to Carlson. Oh, they're going to let him play. That probably should have been a foul on offense on Carlson, but he got it to drop through and makes it 27-4. Number 10 is Michael DeMars for the Johnnies. Going to be a foul here the other way on the Eagles. It'll be their third team foul, and the first there on Jacob Dixon. So now at the line, Mason Grove for two. His first one is up and no good. Score remains 27-4, and that one is good by Mason Grove, so he hits one of two. They get 27-5. So they've got a substitution for the Johnnies, as Carlin will inbound to Braden Olson. Olson bring it right down the center of the court, gives it off on the near side to Thomas Cam. Cam wanted to go inside to Dixon, instead gives it back to Carlson. Carlson near side to Cam. Cam's going to pull up from three, and that is smooth on through to make it 30-5. Cam thought about it a couple times, and he said, you know what, I've got the space, and if you're going to give me the space, I'm just going to take the three, and he delivers. Chris Liu driving. It was blocked by Braden Olson, but they're going to say no. He got more than just the ball. So Braden Olson going to pick up his second foul and the team's fourth. And that puts Chris Liu to the line for the Johnnies. First one is up and good to make it 30-6. Substitution here as number 2, Ramsey Kiernan, checks into the game. And Chris Liu drops in both of his free throws. make it 30-7. And then we get a timeout called here, I believe on the side of East Central. No, excuse me, it's St. John's Prep timeout. Be another 30-second timeout on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. With under halfway to go here in the first half, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Also, have you got your 2024 restaurant passport yet? Better grab one at one of our 20 participating local restaurants because it's your chance to win free food. Details at WCMPradio.com. 30-7 is the lead for the East Central Eagles here. In this second round of the Section 5A East playoffs, St. John's Prep had to play a game before getting to this one. They had to play against Maple Lake in the play-in game on the 4th just to get to this one, which would have been, what, Monday? So they had to play Monday against Maple Lake, and they got the victory, 56-37. So far here, it is all East Central. That's just the way they wanted it to be. Offense has showed out, but the defense also showing its strength. Inbound here to Jacob Dixon. He lobs it to Kiernan. It was nearly stolen away. Probably should have been there by DeMars, but Eagles get it back. And now Carlson will give it in to Dixon. Dixon looking. Turnaround shot. Oh, they're going to say he traveled. So Dixon gets called for the travel, and it will give the ball back to the Johnnies of St. John's Prep. The third turnover by East Central here this evening. As now Charlie Wang brings it up the court. He gives it to Chris Liu. Liu at the top of the key, sizing up Carlson. Then he gives it over to Rusink. Rusink looking, gives it back to Aronson for three. That's no good. Thomas Cam comes up with the rebound. And they're going to get a travel call on Cam, and he's looking for the foul there. Didn't get it. That'll be the fourth turnover by East Central on the travel call. Inbound here is knocked out of bounds by Thomas Cam. Johnny's will get set to do it again. Rusink looking. Cam knocked it away last time, looking to do that again here. This time he gives it off near side. And nice move underneath from DeMars to give it off to Rusink. And then Rusink is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. And they're going to get this one on Ramsey Kiernan, his first and the team's fifth. So Rusink at the line now to shoot two. First one is up and no good. .736 left in the first half. And Rusink's second one no good. Carlin with the rebound. Carlson brings up the court. Ramsey Kiernan inside. Gives it off to Dixon, and Dixon lays it in for two. Now up the court again with it is Chris Liu for St. John's Prep, trying to drive inside. Backs out DeMars. DeMars, that pass was knocked away by Letexier. Taken back. Now Wang. That's Tom Wang driving inside. Back outside to Rusink. Rusink gives it off to Liu. Liu on the far side, trying to get around Kiernan. Lobs it up and lays it in for two. Does Chris Liu. 32-9. Under 7 minutes to go. Carlson looking. Drives near side corner. He's stopped as he was double teamed. Then he'll pass it off far side to Ben Carlin for three. That's just off the mark. Rebounded there by Chris Liu. Liu up the court with it. Gets a screen. Drives far side. Gives it underneath to Mason Grove. That shot is up. No good. Dixon had the rebound, but they're going to say foul was on the Eagles there, and that's going to be on Ramsey Kiernan, his second. Team's sixth, and it's Mason Grove at the line to shoot two. First one up and good. To make it 32-10. And that one no good. Rebounded by Carlin. And he'll hand it to Carlson, who will take it up the court on the far side, trying to get around Lou. He drives inside, he loses it, and that will go back to the Johnnies of St. John's Prep. It's the 5th turnover by East Central, 7 for St. John's Prep. Not a ton of turnovers here for East Central, but they would certainly like to cut down on them. Lou driving inside, that shot is up, no good, and Letexier pulls down the rebound. Texier up the court, he's bumped by Grove. He gives it off far side to Warren Carlson, now to Dixon inside. Dixon spins around, had a hand in his face, but he still dropped it in for 2. 34-10. Eagles extend their lead to 24. Closing in on 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tom Wang has it. That pass is tipped and stolen away by Ben Carlin for the 8th turnover by the Johnnies. Letexier, he has it, and a 3 from Letexier falls through. Make it 37-10. Now Grove fell over, but I think he gave a little bit of a acting job. And when I say acting job, I don't mean to be mean. I'm not saying he's flopping. That's not at all. But sometimes when you act a little bit extra, you give the referees a better look, and maybe they'll call a foul. That time they didn't. And now a Johnny's player stepped on the baseline. So that's another turnover by them, and that will give it back to the Eagles. On a turnover, Carlin will inbound to Kiernan. And Kiernan looks right down the center of the court. He's got some room to work with, and he'll give it off to Dixon. Dixon didn't quite know he was getting it, and now they'll get Dixon for a travel. Six turnovers by East Central. Head coach Fote not too pleased with that one. Now a quick 3 here by the Johnnies is no good. Letexier reels in the rebound. 37-10, the Eagles lead with under 5 minutes to go now. Letexier and I think that was Grove or Rusink. Got mixed up, it was Grove. Letexier and Grove get their legs together, and Grove will pick up his first. That's their team's 4th. Kiernan will inbound to Dixon. Dixon looking. He'll hand it off to Carlson. Carlson on the near side. Back out to Carlin. Carlin makes the defender miss as he takes in the pass, and Kiernan on the far side keeps that alive. That was all effort by Ramsey Kiernan. And Texier going to get a foul on this one. And again, Mason Grove right there. And again, I think that was more Grove kind of falling on his own. I don't think the contact was as hard as it looked here in the gym. I think Grove gave a little bit of an acting job there. Oh, and they're going to say that was on Grove, in fact. Kiernan for 3 is no good. And it's picked up by the Johnny's Rusink, and now that ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. 37-10. Quickly inbound here for Aronson. That's Oliver Aronson for the Johnnies. He has it on the far side. Pulls it down, gives it to Rusink. Rusink, and he turns it over. Warren Carlson picks up a steal. 10th turnover by St. John's. A 3 here, no good by Letexier. Kiernan pulls down the rebound, and he drops it in for 2. 39-10, under 4 minutes to go. Lou with it on the far side, trying to drive inside on Carlin, but Carlin being a brick wall, and Lou drives inside. Oh, he got the friendly bounce, as that one drops home to make it 39-12. And up the other way, Warren Carlson on the far side. It's a screen from Dixon. Then Dixon backs inside, and Dixon is fouled. That'll be the Johnny's 6th team foul, and Wait to see who this one is on. Looks like it's on number 31. So it's on number 31. Kiernan for three. That's going to come up short. And Lou gets the rebound. Lou tries to drive all the way to the basket. He picks up a foul, though, and they're going to get Letexier. No, instead they're going to get Carlson, excuse me. So Chris Lou at the line to shoot two. Connor May is number 31 for the Johnnies. Chris Lou's first one. Friendly roll off the front of the rim to drop it in. Make it 39-13. 3:22 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And Lou drops them both in. So 39-14. Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Dixon has it. He looks to drive inside, and as he did, he was fouled. And that'll be the 7th team foul now on St. John's Prep. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for Jacob Dixon. And it was on number 24, Oliver Aronson. So Dixon. First one is good. 40-14, Eagles with the lead. And Dixon no good on the second. So 1 of 2 there, and it's rebounded by Rusink. Aronson has it, gives it off to Lou, Chris Lou. Trying to get around Carlin, struggling to, tries to go inside, and then that ball is knocked away, stolen away by Warren Carlson. Warren Carlson with his third steal of the first half. Letexier has it, gives it off to Kiernan. Kiernan on the far side, drives inside, bumping bodies. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound nearly grabbed by Dixon, but as he went to grab it, he kind of threw it back off the backboard, and that led to the rebound for DeMars. Rusink drives inside. Shot up over Letexier is good to make it 40-16. Carlson back up the court with it. Under 2.5 to go. Dixon has it. Looks, he hands it off to Letexier. Quick three, and it's no good. Dixon with the rebound, and he'll put it back in for two. 42-16. Aronson hands it off to DeMars. Now back to Chris Lou. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Lou gives it to Aronson. Aronson, far side, drives in. Looks over to Letexier. Shot is up, no good, and Carlin pulls in the rebound. Hands it back to Carlson, and Carlson finds a lane. Drives quickly. He stops, though. Gives it to Kiernan. Kiernan pops off a three. Just short, and it's rebounded by Aronson. For the Johnnies, Lou has it back up the other way. It's Chris Lou, and he'll give it now a three for Charlie Wang. That's going to be no good, and somehow that was DeMars who came up with the rebound. Gives it back to Charlie Wang. That shot is up and no good, and Jacob Dixon with the easy rebound. Back to Warren Carlson, who will bring it up the court. Stares at Lou, then gets by him. On the far side, he's just going to take it himself. It was knocked out, but they're going to say Chris Lou going to be the guilty Johnny, which will send Carlson to the line for two. No, they're going to say it was Oliver Aronson. First shot is up and good by Carlson. They get 43-16. And Carlson gets the friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Drops that one in for two. Or for both. 44-16. Lou up the court with it for St. John's. Far side to DeMars. DeMars drives underneath the basket. Gives it over. Trying to give it to Wang, but Tom Wang could not hold on to it, dribbles it out of bounds. Another turnover there, gives it back to East Central. Carlin will inbound to Dixon. Dixon guarded quickly, and Dixon looks, no one there, so he'll just take it up the court himself. Now gives it off to Carlson, and Carlson calls out the offense, and he'll take it to the far side now. Back to Dixon. Dixon at the top of the key. Fakes pass on the near side, goes to Letexier. Letexier back inside to Dixon, and Dixon's shot is no good. Rusink with the rebound for St. John's. Rusink gives it back to Chris Liu. Chris Liu from the East Central logo, now driving inside. A lob shot, no good. Oh, funky bounce, but Dixon comes down with the rebound. No time on the shot clock as we have 15 seconds left in the first half. Warren Carlson up the court with it. I'm sure the Eagles will be looking for the last shot unless there's an open opportunity, but I think this should be the last shot. Carlin gets it from Carlson. Carlin going to come up well short on the three. It turns out to be a pass anyways, and Jacob Dixon winds up dropping it in for two. So I don't know, maybe that was on purpose. It looked like a very short three from Carlin, but the way it wound up, it looked like a direct pass from Carlin to Dixon. So that may have been on purpose. Either way, we're at halftime here in this playoff game where the Eagles lead over the St. John's Prep Johnnies 46-16 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program at EmbraceMN.com. 46-16 at halftime. Take a break to hear a word from our fine sponsors, and we'll be back to recap the first half of play. You're listening to Boys Playoff Basketball on WCMP.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
More customers, more name recognition, more employees, more market share. If you'd like a little more for your business, it's time to start digital advertising. Did you know that the average person spends 4.5 hours per day on their smartphone? It's time for you to start reaching them. Streaming TV, SEO or SEM, display ads, and email marketing. If your business could use a little more, contact us now and we can help. info@q-mediagroup.com.
AOML. BRB. B4N. Period O2. BF. 143. AAK. 1 AM. Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP Deals guy can translate.
This week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. BEG. Big Evil Grin.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all.
But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG. TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350, WCMPradio.com with audio only. The Eagles lead here at halftime 46-16 over the St. John's Prep Johnnies. The Eagles absolutely in control after one half of play. Taking a look at our stat leaders, starting with the St. John's Prep Johnnies. Leading the way for them was Chris Lou with 8, 6 for Rusink, and 2 for Mason Groh. 4 of those points for Lou came by way of the free throw line. Speaking of free throws, they were 6 of 10 in that first half, 60%. They had 1 steal, 8 team fouls. Leading the way rebounding for them was Rusink with 5 of the rebounds. They also had 12 turnovers. On the other side for the East Central Eagles, leading the way was Jacob Dixon. He got off to a little bit of a slow start, and I don't think East Central would consider it a slow start just because I think that's the way they wanted this offense to play. So I don't think they would look at it and go, hey, this might be a little bit of a slow start. I don't think it was at all for him, but he wound up with 13 points that first half to lead the team. 10 for Carlin, then 8 for Dylan Lundberg, 6 for Letexier, 4 for Carlson, 3 for Cam, and 2 for Ramsey Kiernan. Both Carlin and Dixon had 6 rebounds apiece in that first half. They were 4 of 6 from the free throw line. They had 6 steals, 1 block, and 7 team fouls. They only turned it over 6 times, but again, those 6 times they'd like to have back because I think 3 of them were by way of travel, so that'll be something they look to clean up here. Darren Foch, you could see the frustration kind of build after that last travel call. He was like, come on, guys, we are much better than that. We got to remember, to dribble or to not take those steps. But despite the few mistakes that East Central had in that first half, they have the hefty lead after one half, 46-16 over the Johnnies. And, it was no surprise that it started hot for the Eagles. Letexier and Lundberg both had 2 threes in that first half. Carlin and Cam also added 1 as well. So a good first half here for the Eagles. The Eagles lead here 46-16 at halftime over St. John's Prep. And I'm looking for the Eagles to do much of the same in the second half. We're going to get more about this game here after a word from our fine sponsors, but first, here's the pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current and former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Here's the Pitch, MN.com to learn more. And if your green thumb is starting to itch, Beaver Meadow Garden Center is opening for the 2024 season. Well, it already did. It opened today. Come in for your seeds, ideas, and garden starter needs. And keep up to date this year by following Beaver Meadow on Facebook. Don't forget the tastiest way to our local area, the Restaurant Passport. Pick one up, collect stamps at participating restaurants, and win gift certificates to those same places. A winner every day, and our grand prize winner will receive $500 in gift cards. That's our Restaurant Passport. Find out more at WCMPradio.com for details. 46-16 at half. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about what East Central needs to do to come away with the win here tonight. And spoiler alert, you don't really need to do too much different. You're listening to Boys Playoff Basketball on WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the Pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350. The Eagles lead here at halftime 46-16, and talk about what they need to do here in the second half to come away with the victory. Nothing. They don't need to do anything different. Well, they need to do they need to do something to get the win, but they don't need to do anything different. To put it that way. So for the Eagles, they don't need to do anything different. They just need to continue to do what they have been doing here in that first half, continue it on through the second half, and they will come away with the victory and punch their ticket to the second round. So, my opinion, you don't need to change anything here in the second half. Just continue with what you've been doing, and you will come away with the victory. At halftime over on KBEK, Foley leads over St. Cloud Cathedral in that 6AA first-round playoff game, 28-21. And then the Bram Bombers trail Swanville at halftime, 36-35. So a little bit of an interesting score there in Bram. Trailing by 1 are the Bombers at half. And again, if everything were to go perfectly, we could have an all-local team Saturday playoff because East Central, Bram, Mille Lacs, and Ogilvie all play separate teams here this evening. And if each of them win, we could have all 4 playing on Saturday up at Hinckley Finlayson High School. And now, for all those teams, that'd be more or less a home game, especially for East Central, just because they played there a ton. So the inbound for the Eagles as they had that possession arrow face them, and they get it inbounded now on the far side. It's Lundberg with it, back top of the key to Carlson. Carlson to Letexier for 3, that's off the mark. And Chris Liu comes up with the rebound for East Central. For St. John's Prep. He stands top of the key, was their leading scorer in the first half. He gives it off to Grove, trying to drive underneath. That's Rusink, and now gives it off to Wang, Charlie Wang. Inside, guarded by Dixon. Dixon just holding his hands up over him. Rusink has it. A long 2 is no good. Dixon tried to come up with the rebound. Instead, Charlie Wang comes down with it for the Johnnies, and Carlson takes that one away. Picked that one off. Carlson, that pass to Letexier was tips. Now to Lundberg on the far side corner to Carlson. Back over Letexier to Carlin. Now on the near side to Lundberg. Lundberg goes inside to Carlin. Back outside Letexier for 3. That's good. Xavier Letexier for 3 to make it 49-16 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Chris Liu back with it, top of the key. Slowly driving towards the inside. Gives it on the perimeter now to Grove. Grove underhand pass to Wang. Charlie Wang driving in on Dixon. Dixon just holds his hands up. And they're going to get a travel here on Wang. Wouldn't have mattered because Wang had his shot blocked by Dixon. So a turnover there by the Johnnies. And the Eagles have it back. Carlson inbounds to Letexier, and Letexier quickly up the court to Carlin on the near side for 3. That was Ben Carlin with the latest 3 to make it 52-16. Quite literally continuing where they left off there in the first half. Just continuing to score wherever they want. Chris Liu had it knocked out of his hands, but before it went out of bounds, they are going to say it went off of his knee. So another turnover, already 3. With 2 minutes off the board here in the second half. Letexier quickly up the court to Carlin. Almost a wide open shot for 3 again, but he delivers it underneath to Dylan Lundberg, and he'll drop it in for 2 to make it 54-16. Now the Eagles, again, known for their defense, only giving up 48.8 points per game, round up and say 49, and only scoring about 65 points per game. Shot there, no good by St. John's Prep, rebounded by Dixon. So for the Eagles, they're really showing that, hey, we may not on the stat sheet show that we can score, a ton of points, as they score 65 points per game, but we can definitely put the points on the board if we need to. Shot there by Lundberg, no good, rebounded by Dixon, and he puts it back in for two, 56-16. A three here by Mason Grove, no good, easy rebound for Jacob Dixon. And Warren Carlson brings it back up the court for the Eagles. He stands at the Eagle logo, gives it to Lundberg, now in the far side corner to Carlin. He wants to go inside Dixon, instead gives it near side corner for Letexier, and Letexier going to draw the foul. And Rusink doesn't agree. That's going to be his second, team's first of the second half, and Letexier is at the line now to shoot two. And other than that point, all of Letexier's points have come by way of three. That is the first point that will not come outside of the perimeter. And they get 2 for 2. Now, again, that foul occurred outside the three-point line, so he gets three. He drops in the first two. And he gets them all three to go. Now, I know that we may look at it and go, okay, he made all three, but that, if you're a coach, you're going to look at that and go, that will spell great for us in games going forward for playoffs. Carlin with the rebound off the missed shot by the Johnnies. But if you got a young man who can go to the line and go 3 of 3 from the free throw line, that's not easy to do, first of all. Second of all, if you're in a playoff game, which they will be going forward, and you've got to get those threes, now a 2 from Letexier, those are going to be key free throws that a young man that like Xavier Letexier just made. And it looked easy for him. And going forward, free throws are going to become increasingly important as he faced the higher seeds. So a timeout called here by St. John's Prep. It'll be their third, and they'll be left with 2 the rest of the way. And don't forget, stay tuned. If you're listening to this game on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. If you see that red subscribe button, just tap it, hit it, click subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. That way, anytime that we go live with a local sporting event, you will be notified. If you're subscribed, what you'll get is a notification to your phone. All you have to do is pull down that notification bar, click on the notification, and it will take you right to the live local video or audio. It'll be most of the time now live local audio just because it is playoffs and we are not allowed video for playoffs. So for playoffs, it is audio only, and then for regular season, we can do video. Also over on our other stations, we're full again tonight. 100.9 FM has the Brand Bombers hosting the Swanville Bulldogs in that boys 5A East section playoff. And then on 95.5 FM KBEK, Andy Beckstrom has the Foley Falcons against the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders in that 6AA section playoff game. We are full on all airwaves here this evening. Thanks to Adam Hefty and Andy Beckstrom for covering those games over there. This pass was knocked out of bounds by a member of the Eagles, inbound for the Johnnies, and now we get a foul called here on the Eagles, and it'll be the second for Warren Carlson, first of the half. Johnnies will get it back inbounded to Chris Liu. 14 minutes to go here in the game. Liu picks up his dribble, gives it off on the near side to Rusink. Rusink will go over Letexier for 3. It's no good, and Ben Carlin picks up the rebound. Gives it to Carlson. Quickly up the court. Lundberg left alone, and he's going to take the 3. Why not? Left alone, that wide open, and he drills it from long range. 64-16. He had no one around him for a solid 3-4 seconds, and he just decided, hey, this isn't the offensive play, but if you're going to leave me this wide open again, I might as well just take it myself. And now we've got a steal here by Dylan Lundberg. The 4th turnover by the Johnnies. Eagles just starting to pile it on here. Warren Carlson drives inside. I think his shot was blocked. Not sure who will get credit for the block. Shot is up, no good. But a rebound and put back in by Tom Wang to make it 64-18. That'll be the Johnnies' first basket of the half. And then Ben Carlin the other way delivers on a 3. Make it 67-18, and I can't even keep up on my scoreboard. Another steal here, this one taken away yet again by Dylan Lundberg. 5th turnover already by the Johnnies. Letexier has it. Fakes the shot, and now this one's going to be stolen away by Chris Liu. Be the first turnover by the Eagles here in this half. Tom Wang has it. He'll give it over now to Oliver Aronson for 3, and that's going to come up well short. And that'll give the ball back here to the Eagles. So the Eagles will get it back, leading 67-18 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 12:29 to go here in the game. Embrace Orthodontics. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. Letexier has it. Driving inside, puts up a shot, and he was fouled, and he's fouled hard. And he goes to the floor, a little slow to get up, but he is up, thankfully. And it'll be the second team foul on the Johnnies, the 3rd on number 24, Oliver Aronson. So Texier will now go to the line and shoot 2. Remember the last time he was at the line, he went 3 for 3. His first one up and good. 68-18. Carlson will take a rest, and in for him is Braden Olson. Texier is good on both. (69-18), the Eagles with a hefty lead. It's Chris Liu, though, for the Johnnies, who has it up the court. Dribbles a little bit too hard, and Texier got the steal and drew a foul. I think they'll get Chris Liu on the foul. They will. His first, team's 3rd. Eagles will inbound. Carlin up over the defender to Letexier. Letexier pulls it down. Letexier up the court. Lost his dribble just for a moment, then nearly lost the ball, and he somehow gets it to Carlin. Now back to Letexier. Letexier, left-handed 3 is good. Plus it and 1. Oh my goodness. 72-18, and you get an and 1 for Letexier. The rare 4-point play opportunity for Letexier, and getting that foul again, Oliver Aronson, his 4th. So again, Texier lining up for the possible and the rare 4-point play, and he got it. 4-point play there for Letexier makes it 73-18. Under 12 to go in the game. Rusink has it. He'll give it back to Chris Liu. Liu with it. Trying to drive inside. He lost it. Ball's up for grabs. It's going to be taken by Carlin for a steal. He hands it to Letexier. Letexier inside looks. He wanted Lundberg. Does give it to Lundberg. Now to Carlin. Far side for Olson. Inside to Dixon. And Dixon up and drops it in for 2. 75-18. Dixon now with 17 points, but it's Letexier with 20 to lead the team. Shot up there by Rusing, no good, and Carlin pulls in the rebound. 9 for both him and Dixon now. Olson gives the pass over to Letexier. Letexier near side, hands it off to Carlin. Now top of the key, Lundberg on the far side to Olson. Back inside to Dixon. He lost it. It'll be a turnover. Tom Wang gets the steal. Rarity there for Dixon. Inside, and drawing the foul is Rusink. I believe they're going to get Letexier on this one too. They do. His second and the team's second. And the Johnnies will get set to inbound off of the foul. 10:40 to go in the ball game. And the Johnnies get set to inbound after a couple substitutions. And this one is well over everyone's head, and Letexier pulls down the easy rebound, and Braden Olson, quick pass up from Letexier, and drops it in for two. 77-18, 10.5 minutes to go. Grove gives it over to DeMars, now on the near side for Wang. That's Charlie Wang. To Rusink. Rusink, step back three, no good. Jacob Dixon, gets the rebound. A double-double for him tonight with now 10 rebounds. Texier picks up the loose ball, tried to give it over to Lundberg. It got through his hands. Dixon there to pick it up, though, and Olson will call out the offensive play call. He'll take it into the near side, far side corner, Now Carlin gets the defender to miss, pulls up from three. Shot is up, no good. Knocked out of bounds, by a member of the Eagles. They're going to say it was out by the Eagles. I thought it was out by St. John's, but they don't agree. Inbound goes to Rusink for the Johnnies. Under 10 minutes to go here in this one. Rusink driving inside, puts up a shot over Carlin. That is no good, and Carlin will come up with the rebound. Double-double for him here tonight. Is now Olson. Hands it to Letexier. Letexier driving on the near side. Gets through a couple defenders, puts up a shot towards the basket, and it's well off the mark. Rebounded by DeMars. And Carlin will pick up the steal for the Eagles the other way. Carlin will give it to Olson at the top of the key. Calling out the play call now. Looking, drives. Gives it over to Letexier, and he nearly had it stolen away by Grove, and it's knocked out of bounds. Cam and Kiernan will check in for Carlin and Letexier. .8:44 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Kiernan will inbound to Braden Olson, who will start in the backcourt. Trying to bring it forward, and he gets the reach-in foul on Mason Grove. That'll be his third, team's fifth. So Kiernan will inbound once again for the Eagles. And once again to Olson in the backcourt. Into the front court now, looking for a screen from Cam. Turns around, gives it back to Cam. Cam over to Kiernan. Kiernan on the far side gives it inside to Dixon, and Dixon drops it in for two. It's 79-18. And Lou with some nice ball handling there. Got past the defender, then had it poked out. Going to foul here on the Eagles, their team's third. And the third for Braden Olson. Inbound here to Lou for the Johnnies. We'll see running time here the rest of the way because of the 60-point deficit. Three here by the Johnnies, no good. Dixon with the rebound. Under 7.5 to go. Again, we'll have running time from here on out. Thomas Cam from three, no good. And that rebound up for grabs. That's Dixon, and he drops it back in for two. 81-18. Chris Lou got past the defender, didn't realize he was going to be that open. Kind of hesitated on the shot, but he'll get it to fall. 81-20. Eagles back up the court with it. Lundberg to Kiernan in the far side corner. Going inside, drops it into Dixon, and Dixon drops it in for two. 83-20. Lou looks, he's guarded by Kiernan. Now gives it inside to Raj Johnson. And that ball is up, no good. Rebound still up for grabs. Kiernan going to pull it in. That one kind of fluttered around for a little bit between a couple different hands, but Kiernan winds up pulling it in for the rebound. Cam has it now, top of the key to Lundberg. Lundberg driving inside. Oh, what a steal there by Chris Lou. That's just a beautiful steal, and then his shot no good. Rebounded by Lundberg. Kiernan Up the other way, and he drops it in for two. 85-20. That'll be a timeout called here. I'm guessing that we'll see the backups the rest of the way for East Central. While they take a timeout, we will as well. You're listening to Playoff Basketball on WCMP.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account. WelliaHealth.org.
A jewelry store. Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Back here on WCMP, the Eagles will inbound. And they do have some of the younger guys in there. And speaking of one of the younger guys, he almost got a steal, and that's going to roll out of bounds. It should be East Central ball. It will be. Number 21 has checked into the game. And number 3. So 21 is Levi Cosbab. And number 3 is Ethan Johnson, and they'll get a travel here on the Eagles. That'll be their 4th turnover. Again, clock will run as the Eagles are well up by 65 points. A 3 here by Raj Johnson is good to make it 85-23. Kiernan fakes the handoff to Cam. They're going to get a carry call on Kiernan, and he looks at the ref looks at him, and they both kind of have a laugh as Kiernan kind of knew what was coming. He kind of knew that he made the mistake, so turnover, their 5th of the half, and Johnny's get it back. Aronson has it. He gives it on the near side to Wang. That's Charlie Wang. Drives inside the paint. Shot is up. Oh, they're going to get a foul here on Thomas Cam. And that'll be Cam's first, team's 4th. And at the line now to shoot 2 is Charlie Wang. First one is up, no good. Rattled around for a second, but did not fall through. And no good on that one for Charlie Wang as well. And it was rebounded by Cosbab. Shot there for Kiernan. Falls through as he's quick on that one. Make it 87-23. Johnny's back in their front court. Quick whistle there on that foul. Be the first for Levi Cosbab, their team's 5th. Checking in for the Johnnies is their own number 3, which is going to be Evan Danielson. Shot there, no good, but a foul call on East Central will make it 2 for the Johnnies. They're going to get Ethan Johnson with his first. And at the line to shoot 2 is Oliver Aronson. Shot is up, no good. And under 3 minutes to go here in the game. Connor May checks in for the Johnnies. Aronson will ready up his second free throw. This one's up and good. So 1 of 2 that time through, and it's 87-24. Eagles with it the other way. Thomas Cam over to Ethan Johnson for 3. And it's 90-24. Ethan Johnson from long range. Now over to Rusink. Rusink had it poked out from behind. Stolen away by Braden Olson. And an easy 2 by Braden Olson. 92-24. And on the far side, Evan Danielson lost it. He'll get the pass inside, and this one going to be stolen away by Kiernan. Kiernan will slow things down, gives it off far side to Ethan Johnson for 3. That's going to be no good, and rebounded here by Charlie Wang. Wang takes it to the basket, gets a friendly roll for 2, to make it 92-26. And I think we'll get a substitution timeout to see even further depth come in for both sides. Looks like number, I think that's 5, if I'm seeing correctly, and 23. Or is that 0? That is 0 and 23, which for the Eagles is going to be Reese Youngberg. And 23 is Chance Clark for the Eagles. So pretty much the JV squad in. And with it, Cosbab lost it for a moment and then gives it off near side to Johnson. Johnson goes inside to 34, but he lost it. That's Logan Lundberg, and taking it to the basket is number 2 for the Johnnies. He lays it up and in for 2, 92-28. 34 again, Logan Lundberg for the Eagles. Gives off near side Clark. Clark back top of the key to Reese Youngberg. Now over near side to Cosbab. Cosbab gets around one defender, puts up a long 2. It's going to be no good and falls in the hands of Connor May for the rebound. He hands it here to, I think that is 22. On the near side for number 2. That's no good, and a rebound there by Levi Cosbab. Under 20 seconds to go, and no time on the shot clock as that shot is no good and rebounded by Logan Lundberg. And Eagles don't need to use any more because that will do it. So the Eagles get the victory here in this one over St. John's Prep, 92-28. A standing ovation for the Eagles here as they win in blowout fashion over the Johnnies of St. John's Prep, 92-28. We're going to take a commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors, then when we come back, we'll recap this game and let you know what's coming up for us tomorrow and on the weekend. So stay tuned for that. You're listening to Boys Playoff Basketball here on WCMP.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Hey girl, good to see you. You look great. What are you doing?
Oh, thanks. Been watching what I eat, like eating fresh.
Sounds awesome, but how do you do that living around here?
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone.
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone?
Yep, Chris's Food Center has top quality produce and meats, which helps me to buy fresh ingredients for me and my family.
Find Chris's Food Center online to view their weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Eat better, buy more, and spend less at Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Open 7 days a week.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class.
Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
We are now joined by the East Central boys basketball head coach, Darren Fote. For
Hinkley Towing.
Hi, I'm on the side of the highway with a flat. Can you help me?
On the way.
Hinkley Towing?
Yep. How can we help?
We just had an accident and don't know where to bring the vehicle.
No sweat. We'll come out now and bring you back to our collision center.
Hinkley Towing. Experienced drivers, state-of-the-art trucks, and 24/7 service. For Hinkley Towing, call 320-385-4049 anytime. Hinkley Towing. 320-385-4049 anytime.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
K&K Concrete is a proud supporter of the Pine City basketball team. K&K Concrete is locally owned and operated and has 20 years of experience working in the Pine City area. K&K Concrete specializes in foundations, driveways, decorative concrete, and more. They give expert services for both residential and commercial.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and health care. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit, your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. The Eagles get the victory over St. John's Prep 92-28. The Eagles will move on and play on Saturday down at Hinckley Finlayson High School, which is more or less of a home game again for East Central because, 15 miles maybe? 10 from here? So it's not too far from here. Plus, they play there at least once a year, play against that team. And they probably, go there during the summer for some summer basketball. And either way, they are going to be pretty darn comfortable with playing at Hinckley Finlayson High School on Saturday. They'll play against the winner of that Ogilvie and Packed Charter game, as I try to continue to get updates from our other guys on our other games, see if Bram and Foley have won or what the situation is with those games. But here in our game, the Eagles get the victory over St. John's Prep, 92-28. Looking at the tallies for the Johnnies, leading the way for them was Chris Liu with 10, and then 6 for Aaron Rusink, and then 3 for Raj Johnson, and then 2 for Grove, Wang, and a couple of other guys. They were led in, rebounds by Rusink. They were 7 of 14 in the game from the free throw line, 6 of 10 in the first half, but then unfortunately 1 of 4 in the second half. They had 4 steals total, 1 in the first half and 3 here in the second. No blocks and 13 team fouls, 8 in the first half and 5 in the second. For your East Central Eagles, looking at who led the way for them, it was Jacob Dixon with 23, but just behind him was Xavier Letexier with 22 points, followed by Ben Carlin with 16, 13 for Dylan Lundberg. Then we had 6 for Ramsey Kiernan, along with 4 for both Warren Carlson and Braden Olson, 3 for both Thomas Cam and Ethan Johnson, who got in there at the end. And Jacob Dixon led the team with 12 rebounds, 10 for Ben Carlin. Both of them had a double-double here this evening. They went a perfect 100%, 6 of 6 from the free throw line in the second half for a 10 of 12 mark in the entire game, as they went 4 of 6 in the first half. So an impressive free throw mark, and that was helped by Xavier Letexier, who was fouled from the three-point line, and he went to the line to shoot 3 straight free throws and dropped all 3 in. And I mentioned it during the game, but that is going to be huge going forward in playoff games, because those free throws are going to become increasingly important as you go further down into the playoffs. So as you continue to move through the playoffs, those free throws are going to become increasingly more important, especially late in games. So for Letexier to be able to hit 3 in a row, that was huge. And then he came back and hit 2 more, and then he hit 1 for a 4-point play. He was fouled as he hit a 3 and got the and 1 to fall for a 4-point play, a rare 4-point play for Xavier Letexier. He had quite the second half. 16 of his 22 points came in half number 2. Dixon had 10 in the second half, and Carlin only had 6. But again, pretty even across the board for those 4 in double-digit scoring. It was really fun to watch. Just the distribution of the ball and how unselfish they played here in this game, and how they just remained focused on the goal. Whether they were up by 30 or up by 50 towards the end, it didn't matter. East Central really just kept their eyes on that goal. Continuing with the stats, they had 15 steals tonight, 6 in the first half, 9 in the second. They had 1 total block, and that was by Jacob Dixon. They had 13 team fouls, 7 in the first half and 6 in the second, as they only had 1 guy with 3 fouls. That was Braden Olson, but other than that, a couple had 2, but they had a pretty clean game nonetheless. So they will move on, and they will play on Saturday at Hinckley Finlayson High School. They will be the early game, so they will have either Ogilvie or Pact Charter in that 1 p.m. game. We'll be there for that one. And then the next game could feature 2 of our local teams in Bram and Mille Lacs, but Bram would have to beat Swanville, Mille Lacs would have to beat Uppsala. And again, waiting for an update on those games. Looks like we got a final from Foley as they beat St. Cloud Cathedral 59-32. That's a nice turnaround for Foley. They held St. Cloud Cathedral to 11 points in the second half, and they went out and scored 31. So a nice second half there for the Foley Falcons. Still awaiting a final from Bram. Last I saw, Bram was down by 1 at halftime to Swanville, so hopefully they were able to get the victory. But we will be having more than 1 game for you on Saturday as the Foley Falcons win, as do our East Central Eagles. The Eagles will play again on Saturday at Hinckley Finlayson High School. It will be a pretty comfortable situation for them, as they know playing there pretty darn well, so they won't be too uncomfortable going there. They will play the winner of Ogilvie and Pact Charter on Saturday. And you can bet we will be there. Stay tuned to WCMP and WCMP's YouTube for that game. Again, audio only due to it being playoffs, but we will have that game for you on our airwaves as East Central plays the winner of Ogilvie and Pact Charter Hinckley Finlayson High School on Saturday at 1 p.m. So for WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, taking a look at some of our live reads. Here's the pitch. Spring break is just around the corner. Actually, it's, I believe, next week. And so is softball and baseball season. Make an appointment today at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Bring your own pitcher and swing for just $35, or one of their state-of-the-art pitching machines for just $40. Here's the Pitch in MN or North Branch. Make your plate appearance today. Did you need? Okay. Your local gardening MVP is Beaver Meadow Garden Center. They actually just opened for the season today. Seeds, mulch, rock, and the experts will help you come up with this year's gardening game plan. Beaver Meadow Garden Center, I-35, just one exit south of Hinckley. Plus, the Twins home opener is coming up in just under a month. And will you have your furnace or AC on when baseball season starts? Either way, WCMP and Dale's Heating and Appliance are sending you to the Twins home opener at Target Field April 4th. Keep listening to WCMP for more details. So again, the final here in this one, the Eagles clobber the Johnnies of St. John's Prep 92-28, and they will play on Saturday at Hinckley Finlayson High School against the winner of Ogilvie and Pack Charter at 1 p.m. And we'll have that game right here on our airwaves. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors who made this broadcast possible. We appreciate them. Don't forget, stay tuned to the morning shows for all local sports, our social medias for all things local sports, and our websites for the links to the games that we will be calling during that week. Again, the final here in this one on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, the Eagles 92, the Johnnies 28. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.
When